Welcome to the final and the last video in the series of 3 video tutorials. I was trying to sketch Goethe, the famous German philosopher, and these 3, though I didn't get too many views on them, I didn't get too many comments on them, and they were not really much watched, but these are the most detailed videos that I have ever done, the best details that I could give out how to sketch, how to draw portraits with pencils. That's all there. And in this third and final video, I'm going to draw the chin, the neck, and the clothes that the guy is wearing. And the guy in this case is Goethe, the philosopher. So it's been a long journey, very long videos and all that, and it's amazing that I think about it now. I actually recorded everything in these videos, and this is the most detailed, just like I said before, the most detailed videos ever. And in this video right now, I'm sketching the chin, the shadows in the chin, and the technique that I use, I have already explained it. I think I explained it in quite some detail in the first video that I did. First of all, I do the gray areas, the gray parts where I do the gradients and wherever the shading is going, and then I do the shadows, and I use the color of the paper as the highlights and try not to use the eraser. I try my best not to use the eraser as much as possible. Okay, so the chin is done, and now I'm gonna draw the clothes and the details. So clothes are always they are always some kind of a technical drawing that I like to call it, because face is emotive, the face has emotions, and drawing a face is basically, it's all about trying to capture the shape of the and the flow of the gradients. But when you draw clothes, when you draw cars, tires, and stuff like this, these are technical drawings. You have to follow them because these are not living things, these are non-living things, and they have specific patterns to them. Right now I'm drawing the neck. This is more like the scarf under the inside the shirt, and I think this is actually quite easy once you get the form of it right. Once you know exactly how this object that you're drawing it flows in its entirety, it's very easy to draw this. Right now I'm doing some, first of all I mark the areas which I'm going to use as highlight. Once those areas are outlined, then I simply sketch the shadowy part, because this, most of it doesn't have any gradients, it's completely full of black, it's all shadows really. Now for the left collar, I think I'm gonna once again do the gray areas first, and just gonna give it a little bit of gradient, use the cotton cloth to smudge it up and create a soft gradient pattern over there, and then erase certain details. That's the best way to do that. Well, it's fairly easy to draw these clothes. I think it's fairly easy. This is not something hard to do, very easy to do. So just, okay, there we go. Once again, just using my 8B or maybe 6B pencil and just smudging it up, and then fill in the shadowy areas. Very simple and very elegant technique. Maybe you guys like to do it in other ways, but this is how I do it. Well, no secret to that. And now for the right side of the collar, once again, smudge it up, baby. I like to use this cotton cloth because it really serves me well. Maybe I should do some accents now. See there, I just use the eraser to do the highlights, and now I'm gonna do the shadowy part. It looks pretty decent. Once the drawing is finished, you will understand why I did it in that certain way. And remember, this portrait is not actually, it's not a real portrait of a photograph or something. This is actually a portrait of a sculpture, of a stone sculpture. So stones, they do not have that much of details, I think, and you just have to it's quite easy to draw a sculpture, I think, instead of drawing a proper face. So these really are not clothes, so jump cut there. And now I'm gonna do this frill thing that they wore in the Victorian period, I think. I'm not really sure if this is more of a technical drawing now. This is not portrait anymore, this is more of a technical drawing now. And now I'm drawing those areas, just smudging it up with the stump. I didn't know it was called stump, the paper thing. Somebody in the comments mentioned it that it was a stump. Once again, you have to watch this part of the video and maybe come back to it again, because right now it's not very clear what it's gonna look like in the end. Right now I'm just this is something really crazy. The way I do it, I just do the gray areas first, then erase whatever parts that I don't need, and then just gonna fill in the shadows. Now you'll see very soon the whole thing is going to get very clear, and you will understand why those certain gray areas were drawn. Really crazy technique, I think. You really need to deconstruct your drawing. You really need to know what exactly you want in the end. It's not an easy thing to do. There are a lot of black, This is the shadow falling. Let's see what I do over there. Once again, some shadow details. Alright, and alright, there we go. More of shadows. I'm gonna fill in the details, trying to make up my mind exactly what to draw first and what to draw next. Okay, now you can see how this thingy is gonna flow. Okay, a little jump cut there. I think what actually happens is when I record on this device, it automatically shuts off after 10 minutes of recording, so that might have happened. And now for the right side of the coat, the bust, just light texture and then use the cotton cloth to smudge it all up. That's what I'm doing right there. I don't think I'm gonna give it a finishing look. I'm just gonna create a rough pencil drawing, so that if you look at it, it actually gives you the feel of a pencil drawing. The problem with certain portraits is that you draw it in such a perfect way, you draw it in such a neat style that they actually start looking like photographs. I don't think that's a wise idea, because basically a pencil drawing has to look like pencil drawing somewhere. So usually at the bottom, when the portrait is about to get finished, I just leave some clues for pencils. The strokes, I leave some strokes so that you can know that this is actually a pencil drawing. It's not a print, it's not a photograph or something like that. Well, now for the left, here we go. We have the left side, and I'm just drawing the shadows. The video is about to end very soon. I think just 1 minute more left, and a lot of drawing is there to do. I think I'm just gonna fill in the shadows, or maybe the camera will simply jump in time. I don't know what's gonna happen. The small buttons, some kind of embroidery there. I don't know what that is. I think those are buttons or some kind of Victorian period fashion. Very different from what we wear these days. Alright, smudge it up. So smudged now. Right, the buttons, these are really good. There's going to be some fine detailing there, because these buttons, I think they had some intricate designs on them. I'm going to draw them now. Yeah, and I'm using B8 pencil to do this. I think wrong choice for a pencil. I should have done it with Staedtler. I don't know. I forgot in the spur of the moment. I was too busy drawing. Oh, and the video is over. Thanks for watching the videos. These were the 3 videos that I did, and really enjoyed doing them. The next time I think I'll come up with something more interesting than a German philosopher. Alright, thanks for watching. Come again.